All right. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I am Snappy, and thank you for joining me today, July 9th, 2024. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. And let's give a quick shout out to the chat here. Hi, Gary. If you have a question, post it in the comments or send me a message on Discord. Sorry if I've missed you. I've been having an issue with my email. Hello, Sirius. Good to see you. Good to see you, Merrick Mysteria. Hello, Nikosmas. Hello, John P. Ryan. Good to see you, Graham. Good to see you, Steve. Hi, Christy. Love to see you, Kari. Great to see you, Lisa. Nikosmas again. Yes, good to see you. Good to see you, Aaron. Much love, Mother Rhea. Good to see you, Raptor Seer. Mololia Watson, good to see you. Roving Fungus, pleasure to see you. All right, amazing. Thank you guys all for joining me. This is going to be a beautiful day. Hello, Casker. Okay. As always, we're going to start by talking a bit about our astrology. So we still have that sun in Cancer. We're still focused on this loving family energy, on connecting to our emotions and being in that emotional honesty and really connecting to our loved ones and being open and honest about how we feel. So that's powerful, important energy to connect to. But we do have a shift. We have the moon in Virgo, moon exalted in Virgo. Right? Virgo is that divine earthly feminine energy, right? Very analytical, very much about being grounded in the earth and looking at things from that very deep perspective, right? The Hermit is the tarot card associated with Virgo, and with the moon in Virgo, now's the time for us not to so much be in our emotions, but to be reflecting upon them, to be analyzing them, to be seeing them from that outside perspective, to be looking at ourself in our deep self in this analytical mode, right? In this very thoughtful way. Virgo is that energy of just connecting like that, Really powerful energy. All right. So the other big thing I wanted to talk about was the title and my feelings about this. So very interesting energy today. When I was meditating, I live on a river and I was just overwhelmed by birdsong. And birdsong just keeps coming up in conversations with friends and my partner and other people. It's just been this constant image. And also this going into the woods, going into nature and being in nature. So I had this real deep thought about that. And I was thinking back on some various quotes and poetry and things, and two things came up that I wanted to read for you. So first is a quote from one of my favorite authors and poets. That's Rilke. Definitely a dragon. Everyone should check out Rilke, especially the songs of Orpheus. Beautiful stuff. But here's Rilke on birdsong. We take the sound of a bird so easily into our being. It seems to us, if we transform it completely in our emotion, indeed for a moment, it can transform the entire world into inner space for us, because we sense that the bird does not distinguish between its heart and that of the world. Just really deep and profound. And I often think about what the birds represent in the classical Greek. Birds could be people. There were often these beautiful women. The doves were the followers of Aphrodite, right? And their voices were described as beautiful bird song. And there's this profoundness to listening and watching for the birds. Zeus often gives sign through the birds or appears as an eagle. Medea often appears as a vulture, right? You see all this incredible bird augury and divination, watching the flight of birds, listening to the birds. It's deep, powerful way to connect to that universal spirit, that divine muse, right? What is nature trying to say? And I wanted to read you another poem. This is from one of my all-time favorite poets, Hilda Doolittle, or better known as HD. It's called Birds in Snow. See how they trace across the very marble of this place. Bright sevens and printed fours, 11 and careful eights, abracadabra of a mystic's lore or symbol outlined on a wizard's gate. Like like plaques of ancient writ, our garden flags now name the great and very great. Our garden flags acclaim. In carven hieroglyph, here king and kinglet lie, here prince and lady rest. Mythical queens sleep here, and heroes that are slain. In holy righteous war, heroic, slim and fair, the tracery is written here, proclaims what's left unsaid, an Egypt of her dead. What we see here is a magical vision. This is HD seeing the magic of Egypt in the dance of the birds upon the snow. And I just found that profoundly beautiful, that they trace and outline the magical symbols. They cast the abracadabra. They open the wizard's gate, and they transport you to that Egypt magical. Look to nature, look to the birds. Go out into nature, go out into these sacred places. Earlier today, I tried to go for a hike. There's a place that I have set as a sacred place, as a place for meditation, deep in the woods near where I live. And I tried to go, and I was tormented by flies. And then when I got to the stream that I normally would cross, it had completely flooded over in a torrent. And I was just, whoa. I thought it was much drier than this, So there was no going to the sacred grove. Instead, I walked around in the woods there, and I left my offering at a humble tree, And as soon as I left my offering, the birds came. It helped that I had birdseed, but it was a beautiful sign and a beautiful moment. Yeah. All right. We're now going to hop over to our sortes. So sortes is a form of bibliomancy, divination through literature. And this comes out of the Greco-Roman tradition. And what we do is we invoke the spirits of the muses, those goddesses of inspiration, and we ask them to guide our hand, to show us a message in the text. And we read it out of context and we use it to inspire us. All right. So today we're going to start with Euripides, one of the great playwrights of the Greek tradition. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Euripides? How do we best move and flow? Inspire us. Yet, when he is most unmistakably the poet, Euripides is still the teacher. Right? Poetry and plays and stories, they always have a lesson. There's always more to it. There's always something to be gleaned in these things. In the depths of that poetry, there is a lesson, something to be taught, something to be expressed, And it makes me think of the two previous poems I read, listening to the song of the birds, learning to comprehend their dance upon the snow. Beautiful. Okay. We are going to hop over to Boccaccio, the Decameron. Okay. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? Inspire us. I am fond of you, and I'm at pains to pleasure you. I do most frankly and fully confess, and I ask them whether considering only all that it means to have had and to have continually before one's eyes your debonair, your bewitching beauty, and your exquisite grace, and therewithal your moderate womanliness, not to speak of having known the amorous kisses, the caressing embraces, the voluptuous comminglings, whereof our intercourse with you ladies most sweet, not seldom is productive. Now that is a sentence. Now that I am fond of you, and am at pains to pleasure you, I do most frankly and fully confess, and I ask them whether considering only all that it means to have had and to have continually before one's eyes your debonair demeanor, your bewitching beauty and exquisite grace, and therewithal your modest womanliness, not to speak of having known the amorous kisses, the caressing embraces, the voluptuous comminglings, whereof our intercourse with you ladies most sweet, not seldom is productive. Wow. Beautiful poetry. What's the message? Right? There's a beauty and there's this pain to try and please. And there's this desire, this overwhelming desire to engage with the beautiful, and there's that love to move into action, but there isn't that action yet. And I think what the message is from the muses is that we need to recognize sometimes the love before us and its desire to reach us. When it is screaming out and professing its love for us and it's our name. And we need to recognize sometimes it's coming to us and be in that receptive flow, right? I am fond of you. I do love you. I am striving after you. I want to bring you pleasure, right? It's hard sometimes to notice that. Beautiful. All right, let's continue. We are going to hop over to Bullfinch's mythology. Okay. Bullfinch's mythology is a fun, really interesting book. It has all kinds of different stories from the classical age of Greek and Rome to the legends of Charlemagne. Let's see, what's the message? All right, muses, guide my hand, inspire us. What is the message? The wind filled the sails and wafted the ship swiftly to the port, where all that beheld her agreed that she was unquestionably the victim, selected by Proteus himself to be his prey. Wow. The wind filled the sails and wafted the ship swiftly to the port, where all that beheld her agreed that she was unquestionably the victim, selected by Proteus himself to be his prey. Wow. That's a dark image. That's an intense image, And what I think immediately is just this idea that are we bringing someone to us and are they a victim, right? What are our intentions for people and what are we trying to do? Are we being victimized? There's an interesting image here. The wind filled the sails and wafted the ship swiftly to port, where all that beheld her agreed that she was unquestionably the victim. Everyone can see it almost, but she can't. Right? She's on her way to that Proteus to be his prey. And we need to sometimes recognize this in our life, right? We can be blinded by love. And we need to really think on where we're sailing to and what we desire. Interesting. let us continue here. I've been enjoying this book lately, The Jaguar and the Priest, an ethnography of Setzel's souls. Pedro Pichark, the author, he went to Chiapas, Mexico, and spoke with a bunch of indigenous people there who spoke this Tzetzel language, and just wrote on specifically the concept of the soul and how it impacted their culture. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. Love it. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Pitarch? Inspire us. This bodily decrepitude is obviously the result of the passage of time and the state of conservation. Wow. This bodily decrepitude is obviously the result of the passage of time and the state of conservation. What causes the breakdown? What causes things to fall but to be in that conservative mindset, to be trying to preserve something, to resist that transformation? That's what leads to decrepitude, right? You cannot stop time. You cannot conserve things and resist change. This is a folly. You must learn to adapt and move and flow with change, right? Conservatism is a painful trap, right? It provides you with a false illusion of security. You got to be able to see beyond that conservation. There is a need to embrace transformation. You have to go through the cycles. You know, death is not the end. It's a end. It's a transformation, right? And part of the magic of the mysteries is learning how to create a self that can survive, that can persist through these cycles. And that's where the magic comes into play. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're now going to go over to my dear friend Graham's book, The Shape of My Will. Graham is an incredible poet, incredible artist. We've done dozens of talks on the channel. We do a show together called Searching for Dragons. We're going to be getting together at the end of this week to talk about the Hymn to Helios, Saturday. Hymn to Helios by Emperor Julian. It's going to be great. But Graham and I also have done a talk specifically on this book. It's an amazing collection, and everyone should check it out. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message from Graham? Inspire us. Okay. To me, creation is simply a necessity for survival. Isn't it? All creation, all art is a production. It is a persisting of life. And that is beautiful. To me, creation is simply a necessity for survival. And it is. We all must be in that creative capacity, right? If you truly wish to affirm life and to move forward in transformation and in growth, you must be in the process of creation. Creation of art, creation of the self, creation of the universe. Beautiful. All right. We are now going to go over to the Ganapati Ganesha Oracle. All right. Lord Ganesha, the guardian of the threshold, Lord of the Ganas, inspire us. What is the message today? Okay. Perseverance. Beautiful energy, right? Perseverance. About being true to oneself and staying on the path. This is that message of you are going in the right direction. You are building that tower. You just need to continue to be in that state of tending to your garden, making sure the crops are watered, that people are attended to and taken care of. continue forward, right? In growth, in adaptation, with movement. All right. We are now going to go to our Thoth Tarot of Lady Frida Harris and Aleister Crowley. And we are going to do the Saturn Square reading where we invoke that power of Saturn. We dissect our life, cut it up and put it on the plate, examine the interconnections, and try to understand how we evolve, how we best move in flow, how do we adapt, and how do we manifest our true will. The center card is always the most important. And our center card is work. How apt. Taking responsibility, doing what's necessary, building that foundation, right? In the real world, the discs is all about that strong physicality, you know? Beautiful. I love to see it. Powerful energy to begin our square. We need to look at our work. What are we doing? What are we building? Where are we going? What are we trying to manifest in the physical? Now that's beautiful. Connected to the work is that Queen of Wands, right? The red goddess manifested upon the earth. That feminine energy that is inspirational and creative and beautiful, who follows her passions, right? I usually relate this energy to those incredibly inspirational artists, right? People like a Beyonce, Erykah Badu, Taylor Swift. This energy we're connecting to, it's beautiful, it's profound. And we're getting to her through this work. You know, there is a dark side sometimes to this energy. This energy is demanding, right? Exacting and fiery, you know? You invoke the muse, you must love her. And if you cannot provide for her, she will burn you. Yeah. Wow. You're connecting to this fiery queen and you're moving towards her, right? The Cancer energy is strong today. We have that Cancer sun and now we have that Cancerous chariot. This is donning your armor and moving in that direction forward, going after your desires, doing what's necessary, right? This is perfect energy to have connected to that work because you're doing the work necessary for growth and movement and transformation. And through this energy and through that work, you're connecting to that beautiful queen. You're bringing her into your presence. Love it. Where is this going? There is worry here, financial worry and strain, you know. This is why this work is so necessary, because we need to continue to build upon our foundation. We want to transform this 5 into the 6. How do we get out of this worry? But we continue to manifest and build this tower, right? We tend to the patches. We become more responsible and we build it up to that 6, which is success and balance and growth. We're one step away. All it requires is the work, the hard work necessary. Where's this worry going? Yeah, part of this worry is about connecting to that queen in this very traditional, powerful energy, you know. Right? The Hierophant. I know a lot of people rebel against this energy when I talk about it, but the Hierophant often does represent marriage, right? Partnerships, strong, intense bonds in a very traditional sense, you know? And what I'm seeing here is that there's this connection with this queen. Whether it's a marriage, a partnership, or a business, there is that deep connection. And there is material worry here about this, making this commitment, right? Where's this going? Yeah. And there's so much desire here. Wow. This Hierophant energy is a manifestation of dreams, of desires, right? This is something that we want so badly that we are causing ourselves oppression. We're obsessing over it, you know? And we are obsessing over things like, can we do this? Do we have the finances? Can we be in that? You know, often with this kind of connection, it requires commitment and security and transformation and building. And there is so much worry here. And there's so much desire that it's causing conflict. Wow. We need to overcome this 10 of the wands. Let this cycle run its course. We need to keep building and transforming this worry into the 6. This is energy we've seen twice now this week. Interesting. We're now going to continue. Wow. What is this work building, though? Not only do you have that beautiful energy of the queen, but now you have the energy of the princess, the divine child to come, right? That connection to that queen in that work, it's producing something beautiful, right? This is either a child or a project or something new, but something that needs to be nurtured, that will grow and expand, that will become a queen in its own right, an empress, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy. And to have that connected to this work and to this worry. No wonder there's worry here, right? Because this is energy that needs to be nurtured and cared for. And it requires that hard work, right? This is a divine child. Child is the most responsibility you can have. Yeah. Connected to this child, connected to creating this energy, there is worry here. There's fear. Fear of being able to be responsible. Fear of being able to move, right? This is manifestation of all of these potential failures, right? You're seeing the ruin, how this connection can explode. Wow. Interesting. See where this is going. Yeah. We wished for this loving connection. We wished for this divine child. We want all of this energy. We're drawing it into our lives, but it is causing this incredible amount of stress at this moment. Mental stress, passionate obsession, but stress, deep stress. Okay, let's see where this is going. Before I flip my camera, please give me a like and a subscribe. It really does make a huge difference. The likes really do boost the streams in the algorithm, and it's a small way that you can give back. It's a little blessing, good karma. Please give me a like. And if you are interested in a private reading, send me a message, snappydts@gmail.com, or you can reach me on the Myth and Lore Discord. I am Snappy or Lady Snappy. All right. Here we go. Let's flip the camera and take a look at our full square. So here we go. We are going to start on this side here with our beautiful Queen of Wands. Yeah, there's this deep connection partnership that's coming together with her. But there is all of this fear, right? There's all of this incredible fear. And what I'm seeing is that this is something that is so desirable, right? It's causing strife, internal strife, because what if you fall short? What if you cannot be good enough, right? Intense energy. When we come here to the work, if we can be in that hard work energy, if we can overcome this 5 and transform it into the 6, if we can keep building that tower, we will manifest that divine child, right? Beautiful, profound energy. Something that will grow and expand and become that divine empress. This is beautiful, incredible energy. We want to be in connection and building and working towards this princess. We want to be building on top of this worry, transforming it into stability. It's about doing the hard work. Yeah. And let's go. We have that donning of the armor, getting into our chariot, right? And it's connected to that wish fulfillment goddess energy of the star, that Aquarian energy, and also that oppressive 10 of the wands. What I'm seeing here is that this chariot desires to move. He wants to manifest this wish today. He wants to go to her, right? And this desire for movement is so deep and profound, it is causing this oppression. You know, sometimes if you can't move, this energy can be painful, right? The chariot needs to be able to move and flow. But also what I'm getting here is that this oppressive energy is preventing the movement, right? This obsessive energy is part of the problem. It needs to be transformed and redirected. We need to be focused on the wish, on the goddess herself, and moving in that flow, right? This energy is fiery and watery at the same time. We can move towards that watery Aquarian energy, that wish fulfillment, or we can engage in negativity and be oppressed. I'm also seeing that chariot, right? The chariot is the one who likes to engage in battle. What is the fight that you're fighting for? Are you moving towards manifesting this dream, connecting to that goddess, connecting to this beautiful energy of the queen? Or are you succumbing to this oppressive energy of fighting? You know? Interesting. Let's keep going. First, we're going to do our cross here. Yeah, the need for this hard work and taking responsibility, it's deeply, deeply difficult, you know, and having that work provide for you, there's a lot. What I'm seeing here is that there is a lot of, on one hand, there's all this ruined energy. I can't build enough. I don't have enough money. I'm not successful. I'm not materializing, right? I am going to fail. And then on the other hand, you have this energy, this oppressive energy of, I can't work hard enough. I cannot put myself into this enough, right? Doesn't matter what I do. There won't be the growth needed. You know, so there's this deep, deep, deep pain here connected to this work. And the key, though, is letting these cycles finish out. You're at the 10. This is as bad as it gets. We need to let those energies run their course. We're in the moon of Virgo. Now's the time when you can really reflect and analyze upon this and see where this is coming from. You know, and ask yourself, why is there so much stress around doing the hard work, of just doing the work? Because so much of what I'm seeing here, it's just about stopping with the overthinking, stopping with the obsessing, and just doing the work necessary. Yeah, hard energy. But there's also beauty here, right? If you can do that hard work, if you can take that responsibility, you manifest the dream, you enter the partnership. Wow. Right? 2 of the divine feminine, right? That Venus in Taurus and that Venus in Aquarius. Beautiful energy to have here coming into that work. And that work, if you can do it, will manifest this child. This is like deeply profound, beautiful energy, right? Having your dreams fulfilled, coming into loving connection with another, building a family, building a business, creating what you need, what you've been dreaming of. Beautiful. But there's so much that must be faced. You have to overcome this self-doubt, the self-hatred. You have to overcome this obsession, this addiction, right? You got to take responsibility. You have to be in that hard work. This is the only thing that is going to turn this 5 into a 6 and bring that princess. right? And don't worry about this connection with her, right? Don't worry about this marriage. This is wish fulfillment. This is coming. This will come with the work. This is happening. It's here, right? These energies are together in your chart. Beautiful, right? Just be in that energy of the chariot, but don't succumb to the bickering and to the fighting. Chase after her. Fulfill your wishes. Take responsibility. Do the hard work. Look at this. Be that chariot. Do the hard work. Move towards her. Wow. All right. That's the reading. I hope it resonated. I hope you all found it rewarding. And we're going to do one final sortes to end the evening. So we're going to hop over here to The Shape of My Will by Graham. One more shout out to Graham. Much love, Graham. Okay, Muses, what is the final message for our tarot reading tonight? What can everyone take from Graham today? The blackness that pulses through veins, expanding and contracting with each sullen breath, condensing in my bones as they turn to lead. The blackness that pulses through veins, expanding and contracting with each sullen breath, condensing in my bones as they turn to lead. Wow. Sometimes we need to go into that black. We need to connect and feel it in ourselves. Feel the immateriality of the self almost. To feel our bodies decay. To feel the heaviness and the weight of it that is like lead. You know, so much of the mysteries is knowing the self. You have to be in the body. And you have to experience the weight of it. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. I hope that was helpful for you all. And I hope I see you tomorrow for our regular tarot readings. Peace and love. Until next time.